All right, got a Nats nugget for you today. Today's Nats nugget is think ahead. Try to think the next step ahead and set the right expectations. Why do I say that? Nat, why do you say that? I am glad you asked. So today there was a home inspection at my listing. It was set up yesterday. The agent reached out and asked if they could do the home inspection at 4 o'clock. I asked the seller. The seller said yes. Before the seller responded, I went back to the agent and I said, is there any way you guys can do it earlier? And I'm asking because the seller's a teacher. The house is vacant all day. She gets off at 4. So now you do the home inspection at 4. She's now going to have to find some place to go until you guys are finished. First, he came back and he was like, yeah, we can do 2. I told her at 2 o'clock. Then the agent called me back. He was like, actually, we can do 9 a.m. I'm like, bet. Mentioned it to the seller. The seller was like, fine, 9 works. This morning I was teaching a class, finished. Class started at 10:30. Didn't get any calls or anything. So I'm like, okay, they must have got in good. Nobody's called me. After I finished teaching, my class finished at 12:30. And then I went to a closing. Thank you, God. I see some text messages from the seller. She's like, how long does a home inspection normally take? And I'm like, 2 to 3 hours. I've mentioned this before because she's also buying, but share it again because people don't retain the information. You're hearing a lot of information when you're going through the buying and or selling process. So I'm like 2 to 3 hours. And she was like, matter of fact, the first text I saw from her was from early and it was like 11 something. She was like, they're still there. It started at 9. Okay. So now this is after 1. I'm communicating with her and she was like, how long does it take? And I'm like 2 to 3 hours. And she was like, they were there for almost 4 hours. And I was like, okay, so the home inspection can take 2 to 3 hours. And then the buyers came. So then the inspector probably spent time explaining things to them. So note there, instead of telling sellers it takes 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to say 2 to 4 hours. And I'm going to let them know and set the right expectation that, hey, if the client comes, they'll probably be in there longer. So that's 1. She responded back with this message that was like, yeah. No, I said, I'm glad I had them do it earlier. I'm glad they went earlier. She responded back and essentially I'll put it here. She was like, yeah, I'm glad too. Because had she had to wait 4 hours after getting off work, she would have been, and she sent me the mad face. And not the regular mad face. She sent me the red, like angry mad face. So 2 nuggets there. Think ahead. So I'm glad I thought ahead, even though she said she was good with them coming at 4. I'm glad I went ahead and moved it to earlier so that now when she gets off work, she could just go home and chill. She doesn't have to be inconvenienced. And if you're thinking, well, how did she know? Ring camera, she could see. And then part 2, set the right expectations. From now on, how long is home inspection? 2 to 4 hours instead of 2 to 3. Has anything like this ever happened to you guys? What are you advising your clients? Yeah, share any nuggets that you have, but that is my Nat nugget for today. No need for you to have to learn this on your own. Let me share it with you and share yours with me as well. So I hope you got something from that. Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.